Most people think it's the first kiss, or the first I love you. But the moment that changes everything in a relationship, it's smaller, almost invisible. And it's the beginning of something most people never see coming. It's the first time you ugly laugh in front of them. The first time you admit you're scared. The first time you say, I don't know, instead of pretending you have all the answers. That moment, that's when love starts doing something radical to you. It softens you. And I don't mean it makes you weak. I mean it makes you real. Because love, real love, creates a space where you can finally stop performing, stop pretending, and just be imperfect without fear. Today, I want to show you why this might be the most underrated gift love offers us, and why the people who understand this, they build relationships that actually last. Here's what nobody tells you about being human. We spend most of our lives armored up. Think about it. At work, you curate which version of yourself to show. On social media, you edit your life into highlight reels. With acquaintances, you perform a carefully rehearsed version of fine and good and doing great. Even with friends and family, there are parts of yourself you hide. The insecure thoughts, the embarrassing failures, the times you feel completely lost. And it makes sense, right? The world can be harsh. Vulnerability gets weaponized. Imperfection gets judged. So we learn to polish ourselves into something acceptable, something likable, something that won't get rejected. We become really, really good at being hard. But here's the thing about armor, it's exhausting to wear. And it doesn't just keep others out, it keeps you locked in. You start forgetting which parts are real and which parts are performance. You lose touch with your own tenderness, your own humanity, your own need to sometimes just fall apart and be caught, until love shows up. Real love doesn't ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be present. And that distinction changes everything. When someone loves you, truly loves you, they're not falling for your highlight reel. They're not impressed by your armor. They're drawn to what's underneath, the messy, complicated, beautifully flawed human you actually are. And slowly, something shifts. You start showing them the things you usually hide. Maybe it's something small at first. You admit you're having a bad day instead of faking enthusiasm. You let them see you without makeup. You tell them about the dream that didn't work out, and they don't flinch. They don't pull away, they don't love you less, they love you more because you just gave them something precious, your real self. That's when the softening accelerates. You start relaxing muscles you didn't even know were tense. You laugh louder, you cry more easily. You admit when you're wrong, you ask for help. You stop trying to be impressive and start trying to be honest. And here's what's wild. You don't lose yourself in this process, you find yourself. Because the version of you that emerges when you're allowed to be imperfect, that's the real you, not the performing version, not the armored version, the soft version, the version that's been waiting to breathe this whole time. Now, some people hear softening and think it means becoming weak, passive, or losing your edge. Let me tell you why that's completely backwards. Softening in love is one of the bravest things you can do. It takes more courage to say, I'm scared, than to pretend you're fearless. It takes more strength to admit, I need you, than to insist you're fine alone. It takes more confidence to be imperfect than to maintain a perfect facade. Because when you soften, you're making a calculated risk. You're saying, I trust you enough to see the parts of me that are unfinished, unpolished, and uncertain. That's not weakness. That's radical trust. And that trust, it creates something powerful, intimacy. Not the surface level, we hang out and have fun intimacy. The deep kind. The kind where two people actually know each other. Where you can sit in silence and feel connected. Where you can mess up and know the relationship won't collapse. This is what most people are actually searching for when they say they want love. Not someone who admires their perfect version. Someone who sees their imperfect version and chooses them anyway. But here's the paradox. You can't receive that kind of love until you're willing to soften enough to show what's really there. The armor that protected you from rejection. It's the same armor that prevents connection. Let's talk about that second part. A space to be imperfect without fear. This is crucial, because it's not just about being imperfect. We're all imperfect whether we admit it or not. It's about being imperfect without fear of abandonment, without fear of judgment, without fear that your value is conditional on your performance. That space, where you can be fully human and still be fully loved, that's sacred ground. And when you find it, everything changes. You stop walking on eggshells. You stop rehearsing what you're going to say. You stop second-guessing whether you're too much or not enough. You just exist, flawed and free. And in that space, something beautiful happens. You extend the same grace to your partner. Because when you're allowed to be imperfect, you suddenly have way more compassion for their imperfections. Their annoying habits become endearing quirks. Their mistakes become opportunities for understanding. Their bad days become chances to show up for them. The softening becomes mutual. And that's when a relationship stops being a performance and starts being a partnership. Two imperfect people creating a space where both can be real, messy, and still completely loved. So here's what I want you to understand. If you're in a relationship right now, pay attention to whether you're softening or hardening. Are you showing up as your real self, or are you still performing? Are you admitting when you're struggling, or are you pretending everything's fine? Are you letting yourself be loved in your imperfection, or are you only accepting love for who you pretend to be? Because here's the truth. The relationship you build while wearing armor isn't sustainable. Eventually, you'll get exhausted. Eventually, the real you will need to breathe. Better to soften now. Better to be imperfect now. Better to find out if this person can love the real you before you've invested years into a love built on pretense. And if you're single, start practicing softening now, with yourself first. Stop being so harsh about your failures. Stop demanding perfection from your own humanity. Then with friends, share the real stuff. Practice being seen in your mess. Because when love shows up, you'll already know how to receive it. You'll already be soft enough to let it in. Love has a way of softening you. It creates a space to be imperfect without fear. And in that space, that's where the real magic happens. Not in being perfect together, but in being imperfectly together and choosing each other anyway. That's the love worth having.